everybody. Welcome to this week's High Heels to Happy Feels episode. I'm Natalie.
I'm Stephanie.
And this week, we're going to be talking about the spring equinox. And that's because we are going to be hitting spring equinox on the 19th, 20th. So Wednesday is really when we're going to celebrate. And who would we be if your soul practitioners, if Steph and I weren't all about bringing this to your attention?
Yeah.
So, first, Steph, tell us a little bit about what you're going to do for the spring equinox. What's your thing?
Well, even though I'm sitting here in this glorious sunshine in Colorado right now, for me, if I look at this, I'm thinking spring cleaning, right? That it's time to like freshen up the house, open up, sage, welcome because it is that halfway point. Spring equinox and we celebrate Ostara is that time of right in the middle. So it's all the equal. We're right between winter, right between winter and summer, and we've got that balancing going on. So it's a great time to freshen up and refresh. Now, my house, it's snowy and super gray and all of those things. So I don't know if I'll be big into spring cleaning, but I'm definitely going to do some decluttering to get ready and get in the mood and feel like I'm embracing what's coming ahead for the summer. Plus some, a little bit of ritual stuff. How about you?
Yeah, I kind of the same thing, although it's very sunny here, so I just keep adding more stuff to my list because when you turn the wheel of the year, and some of you probably know this about us already, but we have the ritual practices and we do lunar cycles, but like the spring is a big turn of the year. So decluttering and wiping everything down and resetting intentions and really planting the seeds for what you want to grow this year. So I'm gonna do some feng shui with the plants and make sure I clean all of the doors with some essential oil mixes and some tincture stuff that I'll be putting together to kind of welcome in spring.
Yep.
And then I've got a lot of cleaning to do.
And this is Grace, everybody. So this is my sister's girl. Isn't she sweet? She just had to make an appearance. Yeah, didn't you? You're like, you're
Oh, good. She's on the
gonna
podcast,
be on your podcast. So hi, Gracie. Yeah, she's good girl.
right?
Yep. So she's here.
Well, and it's important to set intentions at this time too. Like, what are your yearly intentions that you set for your wheel of the year in Yule? Because that's when, it's like a new moon. So now we're growing towards our full moon, which is our summer solstice.
Right.
So taking those actions on the things that you've planned for the year.
Yeah. And it is because you're getting in a groove, right? You're getting in this groove of spring. And this one is so powerful because we are, it's spring equinox, Ostara. Um, we're coming into the Easter holiday for our Christian religions. We are right now in Lent, we are in Ramadan, and we are in, I'm going to say it wrong, Bahi, say it for me.
Bahia fast.
Bahia fast. And so millions of people all over the globe are celebrating at the same time, which just adds an extra layer of
Right?
oomph, right? To all of this, which is just so amazing. And it's because it's a time of rebirth. Like you were saying, the winter is slowly giving us back our light and our sunshine and our warmth and bringing us into, hi Gracie, and bringing us into that sense of wonderment and spring and everything blooming and blossoming and growing again, including our
Yeah.
intentions, like you said, right? So if we've been, come here, Grace, if we've been working with the wheel and you've set those intentions during Yule and you've been journaling or doing those type of things, this is a great time to start saying, okay, so now what am I taking action on, right? When you look at this kind of like the moon phases, your Yule is really when we're sleeping. That is kind of your waning moon period, and your spring equinox is really around the, okay, here comes the moon, you know, we're growing again. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it's a really good time to do all of your cleansing. That's energetically, emotionally, physically.
Hmm.
We are in an action phase. We are growing towards our full moon. So there's lots of things to do. And if you're living intentionally, do all of those things. Like take action, control your narrative, control how things are going to go. Um, because right now, we're not in release, we're not in surrender. So right now is all of the actions that we're taking to build towards our full moon, which is ultimately going to be our summer solstice. And it's coming faster than you think, folks.
I know. I can't believe that it's already, middle of March. It's so crazy that it's just flying by like this, but it is. And summer solstice will be here. We've got Ostara, we've got Beltane, which is May 1st. And then we turn it around and all of a sudden it's the middle of summer and you're at the summer solstice. And next thing you know, we're back at harvest and then cruising into winter again. So
Right, right. And I think it's funny you mention it like that because um living intentionally, I always feel like our year goes faster than everybody else's. But that's because we have so many things that we do specifically. Like we set our intentions at Yule, we grow on the spring. Like there are just things that we experience and we're smudging the house and clearing our crystals in the moon. And, there's like so many specific things, but it is living intentionally
yeah,
because I know what I'm doing, I know what my intentions are, and I'm stepping towards those on a daily basis.
right. And that's the difference, right? For so many people that and it's not saying they're not living intentionally because they are, but if they're not um, going through necessarily all the different seasons and those type of celebrations, it's just maybe 4 times a year where you're doing like spring cleaning and then you've got some summertime
Mhm.
fun and then in winter you're starting to kind of pack it up and or harvest time and in the fall. Whereas when you've got 8 like this, you're like, ooh, okay, so we're in the middle. Ooh, now it's May Day. Ooh, now we got summer. And so you've got different things that are happening throughout. And I think that makes it yeah, it does make it go faster for sure, but it also um for me as a list person, and I know you're the same way, it makes it much more
Mhm.
because we're like, oh, it's that time of year. Next.
Right, right. Well, it's kind of cool though too because Steph and I also align astrologically with everything. So when you wake up in the morning, you know exactly who you are. Like, kind of the energies of the day, the things that you might experience, where we are in our seasonal cycle, as well as our lunar cycle. And you start adding all of that together, and it just becomes a lot easier to live your soul. Not necessarily living intentionally, because most people live intentionally. That's something that we really push, but really living in line with the things that you desire, the things that you want. What's the best way to work with those things
Mhm.
on this day?
Specific
And
to you.
that's kind of, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that are specific to you because it's your star alignment, but it's also, it's based on your birth chart, which every single person's unique. There is no single person out there like you that was at exactly that moment in that place in that time. Even a twin would be off by moments. So
Right.
those type of things, and then you look at it and you balance, like you said, where are we in the lunar cycle? Where are we in the seasons? Where are we astrologically right now? Where are the placements? Because that's another thing that's huge right now. The energy is just crazy, wampas crazy right now because we're Mercury retrograde, we're Venus retrograde, we're coming up on spring equinox. We've got all these different
Hmm.
celebrations going on globally. There's a lot, and everyone feels it. Everyone. If you don't feel just a little bit of anxiousness or a little bit of when you're walking around doing stuff, I don't understand.
Well, and it's funny you mention anxiousness because when you wake up in the morning and you kind of align with all of this stuff, and we try to share those on socials, like how we align and what we do, and energy of the day or whatever. But oftentimes I'm finding myself in that anxious moment. It's like, no, really, what should I do today? Really, am I on path? And then I have to pull in my spirit team. And so like there's just the whole process of getting out of bed for me
Oh my God. I know.
is kind of but it's kind of amazing because I pay attention to those things, and then I pull in my spirit team and I listen to the intuitive nudges and I walk mindfully through my day on top of all of it, which it sounds like a lot. And we're not saying that this spirituality should be a project. We
No.
said that a couple weeks ago on a podcast, and I love spirituality should not be a project. But those are the things like that's how we align. And so that's how we help other people align too.
Yep.
Maybe not to all the things we do, but to share it.
Right. But to a lot of it and to um eh, again, it's for you. It's whatever is
Yeah,
your best path. So waking up in the morning, some mornings I wake up and feel like, okay, what's on path for me today? What is it I'm supposed to know? Whatever. Other days I feel like, nope, I have my list. I know what I'm going to do. But I'll tell you what, if I don't take those 5 seconds or 10 seconds to kind of connect and ground in, I feel it. And until I spend that time,
right.
that's just a personal, and it could be praying, it could be journaling, it could be whatever it is that's important for you that resonates for you that makes you go, okay, I got this, right?
Right.
I got it. So,
Well, and even on the days when like we don't tap into all of that.
mhm.
Maybe we just get up and we're like, it feels like I need to smudge the house. It may align with a lunar, like everything doesn't have to be ritualistic or orthodox on these things. I mean, I try to stay on my list and my pattern,
Yeah, yeah. But it's something that
but starting small and just taking steps that make sense for you. It's a
yes,
good point.
yes. And it is because you don't, I mean, the whole world goes around whether they do these things or not, and your day will. It's just a matter of how do you feel and do you feel balanced? And if you
Indeed.
do, great. But if you don't, what are you looking at? Right? What are you who are you talking to? Where are you grounding? Where are you spending those moments and a little bit of reflection? And I think the spring equinox and Ostara are an awesome time to be a reminder of that because we do automatically associate that with spring cleaning. And while you're maybe cleaning your physical environment,
Right.
what are you doing for your spiritual environment? What are you doing to build yourself and get yourself ready for the summer season? And I don't mean just a bikini bod or anything like that. I mean, what are you doing to get yourself aligned and to feel it?
For the life you want to live. Not, yeah, you're not just making it through the day, you're taking actions on who you want to be, who you are,
Yes.
being aligned to yourself. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
So
Yeah.
you make good points about the spring equinox, because even since we were little, before like we were tapped into all of these different things and listening to spirit and guides and ancestors and doing readings and all of that, everybody does spring cleaning because that's when we get to open our windows again.
Hmm.
And in that spring cleaning, it's not just about cleaning your home or, putting away your winter clothes and getting out your spring clothes. It really is about looking at the energy, stepping back, like what physically can you declutter? Maybe don't just put things away, maybe go through it and be like, I don't want to wear this for winter anymore. I don't love this sweater or,
Hmm.
the cobwebs that are in the corner of your closet.
Right. And 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 then are you being honest about it? And that's both spaces because we joke about this a lot. And if anybody's been following along with me the last few years, there's been a lot of weight loss, which I'm very, very grateful. But it has forced me to say, why am I holding on to something? And I've
Mhm.
found I'm a bit of an emotional hoarder. And so it has forced me to let go, just because this sweater was given to me by somebody, are you ever going to wear it again? That's a decluttering moment. But it's also a very spiritual moment for me because I recognize that I'm not letting go of a memory. I'm not letting go of something. I'm letting go of an item. I'm letting go of something that is physical to make space for something else in my life. And I think that's a huge part of the whole spring equinox because you are doing that decluttering and you're making space for something new, right?
Right. So yeah, that's very important. And then um working towards your intentions or intentions is such a key word right now Like it almost feels overused, but your desires, your wants, your needs, where do you want to be? It's that looking back at the New Year's resolution that you set. Are
Yeah,
you still working on that? Is it still aligned to you? Like this is a really good time. Ostara and the spring equinox is a really good time to take stock and really see where you want to be and if you need to make adjustments, because it's not against the law to make adjustments. Like
nope,
however you need to move forward, this is a great time to do that because we're putting those seeds in the ground and we are going to action on them through the full moon, which summer solstice.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So, talk to me a little bit about how these shifts impact you or impact people.
How the shifts impact people. Well, so I think even without us saying it, everybody knows um, what spring equinox feels like. Like we talked about the spring cleaning and such, but it really is the rebirth we talked about as well. So it's really about things we can tap into, things we can observe. This is a tradition for us. It's a renewal, it's a self discipline. So, again, everybody has this collective energy. So, it's a great time to tap into energy that everybody is experiencing because we're across so many cultures and across so many focuses right now. It's a really good time to gain clarity. So, like I was saying, reassess your New Year's goals, even if you wrote them down. I'm not even sure, like my resolutions, I probably didn't write down. My intentions, I did.
Hmm.
But really looking back and getting clarity and sitting in meditation or journaling or however you want to review that and renew and get clear and get some self-discipline that you can tap into as we work towards, the rest of the year.
Hmm.
What old energies or habits or patterns do you need to release? So, kind of the things that we've been talking about. And I think when we have collective spiritual shift, it's a lot easier to do that because it's not, we're not the salmon swimming upstream.
Right.
We're kind of all together in the pool of Nemos. I don't remember what they're called. Clownfish. We're like the pool of clownfish right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of just sharing energy.
Yeah. And I love what you said earlier about it's not against the law to change your mind, right? So if you do bring out the stuff that you wrote down at as whether it was a resolution, a goal, intention setting, whatever it might be, and you look at it and go, ugh, I don't love that. You don't stick with something because you just wrote it down, right? Or because you said, well, that's something I know I need to do. But are you going to? Are you going to love it? Are you going to follow through with it? Because these are things that are important to you, that feel good to you. And so, if it doesn't bring you joy, now, if it's something to just help you improve your overall well-being and you know that it's going to impact you long term, that's one thing, right? Maybe that doctor's orders type things. But anything else,
Right.
it's yeah, change your mind. That's our right. We have the right to change our mind. And then you just would cross through it and say, for spring equinox, I really like this part of it, but the rest of it I don't. So I'm going to rewrite it this way. But then look at it again at summer solstice and look at it again at autumn equinox and just kind of revisit and see where are you and did that work to help keep you on track. And that's the spring is, if you look at what the pagan and Wiccan traditions and just really what it comes from, Ostara, it's fertility, it's new beginnings, it's the awakening. And it is all of that return to your warmth, to abundance, um, and growth because things bloom. We plant, right? You start putting the seedlings, even if you can't, like where I'm at, I can't plant outdoors, but that doesn't mean I can't get little seedlings going in a little grow light and start getting them ready to be
Huh.
outside.
Right?
Not that I will, but yeah, I mean,
Not that I will.
my green thumb is black, people. There's just no doubt about it. But there is, uh, yeah, it's just a great time.
Yeah, it is. It is. And this is a really good time. and we won't go too deep into it, but like the let me let them stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So this is really, you should be paying attention inwards. Um, like, manifest, ease, like the whole let me principle, and then letting other people just be them. And since we have so much consciousness around it from all of the different spiritual areas, it's a really good time just to focus on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all you said, and add let me let let them in.
Yes. No, and let me let them, we have a whole thing just dedicated to that in the Living Your Soul, um,
Hmm.
the framework for Living Your Soul core program that we've got. But I love it because it is so, you're so right. It's all let me see this. Let me be that. Let them be late. That's not my problem. Let them choose that. That's not my problem. Let them do this. That's their opinion. Why are you letting anything that them have to do impact you?
Yep, exactly, exactly. So it's a good thing. And if you guys don't know those principles, you should definitely look them up because,
Oh,
um,
this gal wrote a really killer book about it. And yeah, we have it in our course and it's just awesome.
yeah, flow with the universe,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Just get in the flow. Get in the flow.
Hmm. For sure.
Although not, I mean, so we're bringing up courses left and right. It doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
Manifesting with the spring equinox too. Um, so we've talked about the cycles anyway, because we set our intentions with each new moon and we release at each full moon. So like we're doing that all year round, all every single month with our lunar cycles. But you can do manifestation and growth spells right now are going to be supercharged because of the spring equinox. So,
Mhm.
so something to think about. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's an
Anything yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, I was just going to say there's an easy one. Easy spell, right? So, or ritual or intention setting or however you want to look at it. But writing down three things that you're going to cultivate, that you're going to do, that you're going to grow over the next 6 months and light a candle, speak it out loud and affirm it. Planting the seeds for my highest growth.
Perfect.
Just that easy. And, then if you feel so inclined after you write them all down, if you want to hold on to them so that you look at them over the next 6 months, great. Or if you want to just give it to the universe, burn it safely, please.
Oh, another good thing you could do with that is you could burn it, but then you put the like the ashes, you can mix it with your seeds, like
Oh,
as a
uh,
fertilizer, and so you're constantly watering your own intentions as part of your own garden.
I love that. I
Yeah.
think it's a great idea because then you're just, sprinkle a little bit of that ash into all of your little plants, and then you're constantly watering your own future as well as these little plants. Cool.
Yeah. So every time you're watering your plants, you're like, "Oh, I'm watering and working on my intentions and watching them grow."
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes. That's a very good idea. I love that.
A great
Yeah.
idea.
And then, of course, spring cleaning. That's another great way of because when you think about manifestation and people just, I'm manifesting abundance, I'm manifesting this, it's like manifest a clean house because it's amazing how that just brings joy, which manifests all these different things within you because you feel the energy, you feel empowered, you feel these different things. And when you feel good, you automatically do more in setting your actions, which automatically has you saying more things out loud to spirit, which means you're manifesting, right? So
Right.
it's this nice little circle. It's amazing. I hate cleaning bathrooms, for an example. I hate them. I hate cleaning, period. Let's be honest. I hate cleaning. But nothing feels better than when you look at it when it's done and you're going, oh, all right, well, that room's done. That's the one I'm staying in the rest of the day.
Which it really is a twofold though, because you're talking like you're raising your vibrational frequency because you're changing it from that regret, that hate, that I don't want to do this, that I'm going to hold back. So
Done.
you're kind of in a joy and happy place, which automatically changes your frequency and
Yep.
you align with frequencies
Yep.
and you're creating space for new things to come in. You're clearing stuff up for that new energy to roll in. So it's yeah.
And if you're like my mom, who, as we were growing up, my God, the woman would dance like a maniac when she was cleaning house on Saturdays, right? So
Yeah,
Neil Diamond's on, and she's just blazing through, singing her stuff and dancing and I'm sorry, how are you not manifesting joy with that? How are you
right.
just bringing it to
Little
your
Supertramp, Dire Straits, Neil Diamond,
hey,
Pink Floyd.
some Pink Floyd, a little Fleetwood Mac? Heck yeah, life's
Ah,
good. Yeah, it's pretty
all the
soon
good
it's
stuff.
just done, and you've just been jamming out. So, yep.
Yeah, exactly. So set the intention like this is going to be a ritual. I'm going to have a party. You can wear a robe if you want. You can do it naked if you want. Well,
Uh,
depending on the roommate situation or however that works for you. But just go and get it done and be happy and
yeah.
raise your vibration and clear space.
Yes. Yes.
Good
Because then
stuff
you're
right
setting
there.
yourself up for success all spring, all summer,
Hmm.
because you've just opened it up like, oh, well, now I want to keep it this way. This feels good. This feels good. And
It
you
does. And for the folks who want to bring in money, just a little tip for you, put put plants or wealth type things in the east corner of your house on the first floor. If you have multiple floors. I mean, you could do it on each floor, but if you have to pick one floor, I would put it on your main floor where you're attracting money in. So, like you could put a money clip or a money plant,
hmm
um, something that's in that east window, though.
Yeah.
Just, a little tip for manifestation.
Yep. Yep. Even take if if what you've got is a penny, take a penny and tape it to the window.
Yeah. I
You
actually did that a couple years ago. I started with a penny and then was it once a week? I think it was once a week. I would stack another penny on it because
uh-huh.
it was growing.
Oh,
So I ended up with a stack of pennies, but
nice. Which
yeah.
else we'll see how long those will be around. But yes, they'll be collector's editions, right? So then they'll be worth
Right.
even more. Save your
There you go.
Safe pennies. Yeah. But there's so many different ways to just kind of manifest all of that and bring it to you. And it's finding something that resonates with you because it doesn't need to be a ritual. It doesn't need to be some of these things. But if it is cleaning the house and whistle while you work, or, if it is just sitting down and reviewing, what did I write down the beginning of the year, or even last fall, or if you haven't journaled in a while, what did you write the very last time you did? Fill in the blanks, right? Catch it up, catch yourself up and get fresh. Because this is
And
the
don't be afraid of the word ritual either.
no.
Like, yeah, it isn't a ritual, but the thing is ritual only means repeatable process, repeatable thing that you like doing. So lots of the stuff that Stephanie and I do is very ritual,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that we're necessarily witches or like there's nobody owns that word is
No.
what I'm trying to say.
No. And there's stuff, I'm sorry, folks, but you do every single day that's a ritual. You get
Yeah,
up and some will call it a habit, but there's parts of it that are ritualistic that go up to it. Even for
right.
ladies that you put your makeup on in a certain order, you do your hair and brush your teeth, you do all, I mean, we've talked about this before. I've mentioned
Yeah,
it.
the morning ritual. Yeah, we don't need to go. I'm just reminding you that
That's
ritual
just
is not a bad
yes. Yes. It's all part of it. It's a ritual.
word. Yeah.
Yeah. We just tend to add candles and crystals and stuff to ours and make it fun.
Yes, we make them colorful. Things that
Colorful.
we love.
Yeah. 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 I think we really nailed everything for Ostara. And
Yeah. Oh, clear
um,
your energy too.
yes.
Your personal energy. Call it all back.
Mm-hmm.
Follow those patterns.
Mm-hmm. And if you do feel the need to go ritual, I mean, call your quarters and sit and listen and spend a little time and then let
Yeah.
it go. Because we're coming into this, the sun is going to shine.
It's a beautiful time to clear up your space, open up to everything that's coming in for you, all the good stuff. So just make sure you have enough room for all the good stuff that is coming into you.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I think that's it.
All right.
Yay for a sunny day. So don't forget to, if you're not subscribed to our podcast yet, please do. We'd love for you to follow us on YouTube or Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to your podcast. We're honored to have you. Please subscribe. On YouTube, we'd appreciate that as well. Immersivespirit.com, of course, you can go find all sorts of our course offerings, and we've got all the readings we do, especially around Ostara time. You might want a reading, right? Maybe just find out what's ahead. So maybe schedule a reading with us, or just become a community member. We're happy to keep you up to date on all the things that are going on. We do a lot of stuff, sharing and things for free. So, because that's what we love to do. But we're
Yeah.
happy to have you here. And so for High Heels to Happy Feels, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Natalie.
And from Immersive Spirit, we say have a wonderful week ahead. Enjoy your spring equinox, Ostara, Lent, Ramadan, however you celebrate. And we'll see you again next week. Bye bye.